Hey, have you been worried about suspensions or having slow sales? Or is your inventory low? Well, we're going to go through all of that today, and I'm going to tell you how to overcome all of that. So let's get to it. Hey there all, Cindy Krause here from Krause House Sift and Thrift. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing well myself. And if you are new to my channel, thank you so much for checking it out. If you're coming back, thank you as well, because I really appreciate you guys. You know what? I'm always looking for more subscribers and viewers. You know, at this point, I think I'm just making these videos for myself because I've been doing it a year now, and yeah, don't have a ton of subscribers, but that's okay, you guys. I'm fine with it. I really enjoy making these videos. That's why I do it. And I hope that at least one person can watch this and learn some information to grow their eBay business. And that's why I do these videos. All right, one thing I wanted to talk about before I go into our main subject was, I mentioned this on another video, but I don't think it got into the actual video. On April 7th was my 1-year YouTube anniversary, and this is my 100th video. For me, that's a big accomplishment, coming from somebody who doesn't like to put herself out there in the world as being somebody like, look at me. I'm not generally that kind of person. I kind of like to stay under the radar, like to be a little anonymous. It's just kind of funny that here I am having a YouTube channel, but it's a little different because I can make this video in the privacy of my home, upload it, and then I don't know who watches it. I'm not standing face to face with that person talking to them. And it's just a funny thing about me. I don't want to speak in front of a lot of people, especially strangers or people I don't know. That makes me very nervous. But in an instance where it's like my family and friends, I'm totally comfortable with it. My sister and I threw my parents' 60th wedding anniversary party about 3 years ago. And I was kind of like the MC. I stood up there at the platform. I talked about my parents and how they met, and you know, we did some trivia games, and I'm all about being the hostess with the mostest when it has to do with people I know and love. When it's strangers, I get a little nervous. I was even on a radio program once where they asked, this is many years ago, but I was driving home from work and they asked a trivia question. I actually knew the answer to the trivia question, so I called up. They put you on hold, and then the DJs come on and they ask you the question. And they also had asked me some other questions before the DJs got on, like what my first concert was, and some other questions like that. So the DJs and I had a little rapport. They were asking me these questions and commenting on my answers, and I was so freaking nervous. I was just like, my heart was beating a mile a minute, and I was just like, okay, I'm not even on TV or in front of people, but it's just the radio, my voice, and I'm nervous. And, you know, I asked to be on a live stream once, and the person said, you know, why don't you ask me in a few months when I get back from my trip, and I never did because I'm just so nervous to be on a live stream where everybody is watching me. weird thing about me, and I should do it. And my husband's like, you should do it, and you'll get more subscribers that way, and it'll be a good experience. And I'm like, I know I should get out of my comfort zone and do that, but I haven't yet. Anyway, I love doing this channel. I love the idea of helping newbie resellers, grow their channel, giving them tips, tricks, and topics to grow that business. And if I could help at least one person, that makes me very happy. All right, so it's my 1-year YouTube anniversary. I wanted to show you the 2 clips of my first 2 videos. The first one, I seemed a little timid and shy, like unsure. Not too bad, but I notice it. And so look at this. But anyway, my main thing is thrift stores. And now that we moved to a small town, we have a couple of them. And they're really good. In fact, there's one just down the street from me where they actually have free items. I couldn't believe it. Walked in the door, I was like, what? And then the second video, I was more confident. Sean's like, wow, there's, my husband, there's a big difference between the first video and the second video. You just seem more confident the second. I go, well, I am. I didn't know what I was doing the first video, but the second, I was getting more comfortable in front of the camera. It is my camera. And I just felt better, and I am the way I am now, upbeat, enthusiastic. And I wanted you to see quickly my husband, John.
Hi, everybody. Sorry I'm having a bad hair day, but really excited for Cindy and for you guys because you're going to learn so much. She's awesome. Love her.
Aw, thanks, babe. And so I thought I wanted to share that with you guys. But the topic today I wanted to talk about was everybody's been talking about Chris Lynn's ban or suspension from eBay. His channel is Daily Refinement. He's a YouTuber. He was a very, very successful eBay seller, but he got caught. He was selling high-end sneakers and he didn't have invoices for them. It was all on the up and up, nothing fake, or he didn't do anything wrong. It's just he raised a lot of red flags because he went from, selling a certain amount to like from here to here, and that eBay was like, what's going on with this guy? Let's get some invoices. Well, he didn't have them. He needed line by line invoices. He didn't have them. They suspended him immediately, permanently, and they didn't give him any notice before that. So I'm talking about this not to, talk about it. I'm talking about it because I don't want anyone to worry about it. What happened to him is a very small percentage of eBayers. Yes, people have been suspended on eBay for different reasons. But if you're just a typical eBay seller, you're just going about your business, you're doing everything on the up and up, you're following eBay's guidelines, you're not selling counterfeits or fakes, you're not selling anything you're not supposed to, you're just going along, you're doing good, you're making your sales, you'll be fine. Don't worry about it. I've been selling for almost 21 years, never had a problem. I think I might had one suspension once, many, many years ago. I think it was maybe a 3-day suspension. I don't remember what it was, you guys. It might have been from a Vero, I don't know. And if you don't know about Veros, it's verified owner's rights, basically. And if you sell something that the company doesn't want you to sell, they will contact eBay and eBay will pull your listing because that person who owns that brand, they have rights to it. So like things like Kleenex, Velcro. You have to say hook and loop. You can't say Velcro. You can't say Kleenex. You have to say tissue. So you have to find other words to describe it. So just that's something you guys should look into and learn about your Veros so you don't get your listing pulled. And if you have enough of those, eBay will suspend you temporarily. So anyway, I don't want you guys to worry about being suspended, even if it's a temporary suspension, which I've heard happens to everybody. Hustling Hooks had that happen to them. Lindy had that happen to her. A lot of prominent YouTubers have had suspensions, and they're just temporary. And you know, a lot of the suspensions that are going on now is for health and beauty. I know Lindy had that happen to her, where she sells all health and beauty, and the expiration date, apparently she was out of stock of something, but it had expiration that had date that had passed, and eBay suspended her for that. And she's like, I had no idea it was out of stock, but apparently you're supposed to take it off eBay because you know, you don't want to sell expired products to. So anyway, don't worry about it, you guys. Just make sure you follow eBay's rules and keep on listing, keep on selling, and you'll be fine. And you know, let's also talk about slow sales. All right, everybody's been talking about slow sales. A lot of, you know, YouTubers who are resellers have been talking about it. That's happened to them. Or like me, I'll sell a ton and then I'll have a day of slowness, and then, you know, I'll get it back. You know what? I will tell you what I have learned, and I've even learned this recently. To combat slow sales, you should do two things. One is promote high, and two is list high. So my goal has been listing 10 items a day, and when I do 10 items a day, I'm pretty much guaranteed to sell at least 5 to 10 items that day, or even the next day. Like sometimes I'll finish by the evening, and by the next morning I'll have my sales, or by the next afternoon I'll have all my sales. So that's what you need to do, and you have to consistently do this. I list 7 days a week. Occasionally, I won't list on a weekend day if we're busy or you know, out and about. But it's always at least 6 days. And if I can't do the 10, I'm at least doing 7 if I can. And even with that, you're going to get sales. And I've been promoting anywhere between 7% and 10% on all my items. And that has really kept it in front of buyers. I'm not sure how eBay does that. Like, the higher you promote, the more they will show your listings to people. I actually don't know how that works. All I know is when you do promote, if you guys ever searched on eBay, let's say I just searched for Nike sneakers or something, and at the very top will be the promoted listing. So that means that seller paid eBay to promote their listings and to put them at the top of the search. And that's happened to me. I've actually searched something on my own, and there it is at the top because I promote. And I don't know how that works. The higher you promote, the more sales you get, or more eBay puts your items you're selling in front of people, but it does work. It absolutely works. When I first put all my items on 10% promotions, I started getting boom, boom, boom sales. And it's slow, you know, for several days. Slowed a little bit, so then I put them back down to, I think I put them down to 5%, then I raised them to 7, and now whenever I add a listing, I put it on 9. So some of my listings are at 7, some are at 9. And as far as promotions, if you're selling something that nobody else is selling, or maybe 1 or 2 other people are selling, that means your item is rare or fairly rare. So you can promote that lower at like maybe 2 to 4% or 2 to 5%, because you don't have competition. So yours is the only one out there, or maybe 1 of 3 out there. So you don't need to promote high because you're probably going to sell your item because you have the only one. So, but if you're selling with a lot of other sellers selling the same thing, you're going to want to promote higher. So, and then also I've sold some things with a higher dollar value. And of course, the higher the sales price, the higher the promoted listing amount that eBay takes out. Like if it's $100 item, they take out like $10, depending where you're promoting it, the percentage. So I look at that as well. So you guys, those are the 2 things you don't have to worry about if you're doing everything correctly. And then the last one is low inventory. So, okay, you're just starting out. You're just grabbing things around your house to sell, and then you kind of run out. Or you just went and bought like maybe 10 items at the thrift store, the yard sale, you run out. Well, duh, you go get more. But don't just go keep getting a few items then, running out. I get a bunch of items. Yes, I do have death money piles, but I'm fine with that, because the times that we stop sourcing, let's say we don't go for a few days and source, I have extra items there. I don't have to worry about that. And then we're probably not going to have another shutdown. But the nice thing about the people with death piles when the pandemic hit is they had plenty to list. And I was one of those people. I actually had plenty to list. I did run out. So then I had to look at other creative ways to source. Thrift stores were closed. So I went to grocery stores. John and I found some things at the back of like Albertsons that were on clearance. They had like a big bin full of items. So we bought the Chicago Cubs children's books. We bought too many of those, and down to 2. We bought like 10 to 15 of those. Oh gosh, it's been 2 years and I still have 2 left. Not a good buy, but we bought some other things that we sold. And then we went to like Bi-Mart and I bought some things. I went to Target and I bought some things. So basically I had to resort to retail arbitrage, which if you don't know, that's buying items new at stores and flipping them on eBay instead of just going to a thrift store or yard sale where items are new. So, and I don't mind retail arbitrage. I've done it many times over the years, but I prefer to go and get those gently used items at thrift stores. It's more fun, thrill of the hunt kind of thing. I don't know how people sell like out of pallets or lots, and that's just what they're selling. Or they're like, I know KC, the Rockstar Flipper, he sells a lot of remotes. That bores me. I don't want to sell that. I want to sell different items that excite me, different clothing items, shoes, collectibles, pottery, glass, household, electronics, that kind of thing, different categories. Although I'm trying to niche down to 5 categories. But, I've been doing great. And, I've also gone through my inventory and grabbed a lot of things I've had for sale 2 to 3 years, believe it or not. And I've donated. So my local thrift stores have got a lot of my donations, and I've gotten room. It's made room in my bins for the new stuff that I bought. John and I have been sourcing locally. I think I'm going to walk down the street to a thrift store because John is working now. We're down to 1 car. So he takes the car, but he gets home by 3, so it's no big deal. So the nice thing is we live really close to downtown Buell, so I walk down there sometimes, walk down to the thrift stores or to the store, and it's really nice. And most of the time I'm working, so I don't need a car. It's totally fine. Eventually we'll get another car. But so you guys, this is stuff you can overcome. Don't listen or watch YouTube videos and go, oh no, I'm worried about getting suspended, or I'm worried because sales are slow, or don't let all those things bother you or worry you. It's fine. It's all temporary. If you have slow sales, it's temporary. Every time I get a lull in sales and I say to John, oh, it's slow. And he's like, every time you say that, you get sales. And I do. And it's like, why am I even complaining about it? It's going to rebound. It always does, because I'm doing what I need to do. I'm consistently listing. And listing a lot. And you got to list quality items that people want. So that's important. You can't just list whatever. Oh, I'm just going to pick this pen up here and list this on eBay. No! Do your research. Do your comps. See if people want that item. And yeah, I've been doing really well. So, and also one thing I wanted to tell you guys, just a word of caution. I bought these 2 prints at a thrift store. I thought they were original. The guy had signed them. Sold one for, it was mermaids. They're cool. The one sold for $42. The guy got it. He's like, this isn't original. This is just on a piece of paper. And I thought, oh gosh, it was framed. I had no idea. I thought it was original. So now he did the wrong thing. He actually emailed me and I said, feel free. I'm sorry. I didn't know. Feel free to open a return with eBay. And he opened up, didn't receive an item claim. And I'm like, he did receive the item. So eBay said you could upload the tracking number. You could send them a comment. So I upload the tracking number. I sent him a comment. I said, feel free to return the item and I will refund you in full. And I've not heard. I'm assuming he will. But then another guy received some Tommy Hilfiger sweaters. He said these run small, even though the size was correct that I had listed. He said, can I return them? I said, yes, go ahead, but he hasn't yet. So sometimes people just want to be heard. They'll email you and they'll say, hey, blah, blah, blah. And you know, you can be apologetic and just being humble before them, even if maybe it wasn't your fault. You always have to bite your tongue. You have to be nice to these buyers. That's just the way it goes. And if you're a kind of person that flies off the handle or can't bite your tongue, you wouldn't be good on eBay, because you have to operate a certain decorum with these buyers. You just have to go, okay, I'm going to tamp down my anger, my frustration, not let them see that, and just be very apologetic and humble. And it's all good. You know, life is good. I've got about 3 things that I sold that I have to get listing. And I don't know, sold items that I've sold recently. I sold an amazing one recently, a computer for $237, which I'm really happy about. I can't wait till they get it, but I packed it with care. So yeah, got another over $200 sale, which makes me very happy. And you know, it's been such a blessing because eBay keeps me and John afloat between his paychecks. You know, I mean, we have money left over his paychecks, but it's like, you know, if we run out, we're fine because we got eBay. It's just been such a blessing, you guys. I just thank God for it. It's just a wonderful, wonderful thing. And I would be so devastated if I got banned or suspended. But you know what? God is God, and he would take care of me regardless. You know, there's always Mercari, Poshmark, Facebook Marketplace. I don't sell on Etsy because I don't have anything homemade, or they're for homemade or vintage items. And I've heard it's more difficult to sell on Etsy because you have to like write up these long descriptions and stuff. And it's not saying I wouldn't do it, but probably not. And I'm not doing Amazon. I've tried it twice. I didn't like it. I did it for a while a few years ago, but you know, there was just things I didn't like about it, like the fact that you can't sell anything while you're waiting for, you have to mail it in for fulfillment by Amazon. It takes about a week at least for them to receive it and then put it in your store. And then you have to compete with all these other buyers, these people. Well, if somebody has the same item as you, they're going to lowball you. And you also have to compete with Amazon because they sell things as well. And yeah, lots of people make 6 figures with Amazon, but I am not interested. I just don't like it. And a lot of things you sell are new. Yeah, you can sell used things, but it's more like retail arbitrage. And I told you I don't prefer that. I prefer buying the used items. So at thrift stores and yard sales. And we've been dying to go to yard sales, but the weather every Saturday has been crappy. This April, we're finally going to get into some decent weather next week. But it's just like April 21st and it's still like cloudy, and we had snow last week. I mean, my goodness, I am so over this. Oh, if I just saw that my calendar still says March. Got to change that. But I'm looking forward to nicer weather, and I'm looking forward to moving. Still waiting on John getting that permanent job. Some opportunities might be coming up soon. So we're just leaving that in God's hands. But we're fine. We have a roof over our head. We're very, we're happy together. Like that song. Love that song by the Turtles, Happy Together. All right, you're killing it on eBay or any of the other platforms. Hope I've helped you. And just have an awesome day. Keep a good attitude. If some negative things, come your way regarding reselling, so what? Move on. It's all temporary. You're going to do well. Just keep at it. Don't give up. It's all good. All right, you guys. Talk to you later. Take care. See ya. Love ya. Bye.